assignment to do at the end of the book chapter, whatever the questions were there. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And then I also talked about chapter 5 and chapter 6 case study.
No, 3, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Case
4 is not.
questions.
Okay. 3, 5, and 6 case. Okay. All right. Okay. And today I'll be talking about very interesting chapters, chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9. That's the hardcore marketing requirement. So before I carry on, maybe we should go through quickly, right, what you have done so far, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So shall we go ahead? I also said that all of you should divide the questions.
Yes, we divided the question because chapter 3 we have 4 questions, so each person 1 question. So
Okay.
only the chapter 6 has the 6 question.
Mm-hmm.
So Sankoko has 1 and 2, and I took the last 2. The rest is Kokola and Kowintai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think 1 person at least 1 question per chapter.
Okay. Good. So who can start?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kokola ya bilang gì? I can hear from the Kukula.
We will call him. We will call him now. Please wait.
Cô sáng ngồi xăm là sao lại vậy?
Excuse me, sir. Lecture first or our presentation first?
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me share the screen. This is for chapter 3.
Mm-hmm.
The first question is,
Chào anh.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead,
I
Dr.
start
Sagar.
now?
Sure.
For my first question, what microenvironmental factors have affected Fitbit since it opened for business? Introduction. Fitbit is a James Park and Eric Friedman launched their company's first product, a Fitbit tracker, in 2009. Firstly, let me tell about the product. That product is nothing more than a circuit board in a balsa-wood box. Thousands of orders to fill. They discovered that the antenna on the device was not working properly, so they stuck a piece of foam on the circuit board for good enough. And it's, let me say, the word pioneer compared with their competitors. Speedometers are already have in the market. Speedometers have been selling for years, following personal fitness and wellness trends. They are already in the market. But Fitbit is different from them. Those devices were low technology and limited in the information they provide to consumers. This is the weakness of the old products. So Fitbit tends to make the new trend. Because consumers were hungry for this small device that could not only track steps taken, also calculate distance walk, calorie burn, or floor climb, and others. So Fitbit make for this what customers need. Or another one big challenge is customer retention. For those products, if users stop using a device, they are less likely to purchase the new and improved one. So they must find out the solution. So they must find a place to promote. Fortunately, Fitbit received a flood of calls and messages from corporate human resource departments. So they need to consider why business want to buy Fitbit device in bulk. The reason is employee health and well-being. In the considerations of the companies, healthy employees can provide major benefits for their company. So they can help to prevent heart disease, stroke, and diabetes, or Fitbit can help in these. So no wonder that companies have an incentive to do whatever they can to motivate employees to take better care of themselves. So they find a way to sell, or so they, in their consideration, they try to sell the organizations and participation in corporate wellness program, and corporate sales account for 10% of Fitbit's revenues. In the as a promotion, they promote join join with the organizations and like minimum 10,000 steps a day and get free vacation days or discount on health insurance and other promotions. So that's the end of my part. I think what environmental factors we need to discuss product, place, promotion, and price. So in my presentation, I discuss about how they consider their place to penetrate and their promotion, how they consider to make their promotions. That's all I want to discuss in here.
Okay. Dr. Saiko, can I give you my comments?
Yeah,
First, whenever you answer this kind of question, you need to define what is microenvironment.
oh yeah. My I love one slice that must include microenvironmental factors like price, place, promotion, and product.
Yeah, that, and then also you may want to give little bit of macro environment. What is macro environment? What is micro environment?
Yeah,
So once you see, whenever you do that, you must clarify the concept. Clarify
yeah,
the concept and then say price concept. So under that heading, you have to show like, okay, you stop the screen.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. So what you are saying, hold on. What you, as you said, microenvironment is price,
Product, price,
price,
product,
product,
promotion, and place.
promotion, and place. So these are your microenvironment, right?
Yeah,
So what you can do here, you write down microenvironment, and here also you write down macro.
yeah,
Always must remember, whenever you are writing something or whenever you are telling something, you have to think that you are telling someone who does not know anything, who is just stupid.
yeah,
Then your answer will be very good.
yeah. I understand.
So remember this. So like everybody in this meeting room, you think all are stupid. They don't know anything. So you got to convince by way of writing that this is what it is.
Yeah.
Then your presentation, then your writing capacity will be very good.
Yeah.
So you have, so suppose you have done microenvironment here and here macro environment. Then you talk about Fitbit here.
Yeah.
All right, you talk about Fitbit here. Then try to link Fitbit here, this box. Try to give some kind of diagram that would enhance your question answer very clearly. Okay?
Yeah, I understand.
So next time we shall improve that way.
Yeah, I will try.
Thank you. Okay, we go for next. Good, but good attempt, but this is what we should be doing. Okay, next question. So now you answer your question properly, Dr. Saiko, as I explained, and then Ms. Nandar will upload your question answer into the system.
Yes.
Yeah.
Under your account.
Yeah.
Okay? All right.
Yes.
Good. Next. Are you happy, Saiko, what I said and what you presented?
Yeah, I am happy.
Good.
I know that I need something and missing something in my presentation. In
Okay.
my opinion, this is a combination of four members, and I thought I need to do only my one. That's
Okay.
why.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So next time you always remember, whenever you writing or whenever you are talking, it's the communication. And you must convince the other party what you are talking.
Yeah.
Okay, next please. Hello.
Coca-Cola.
Coco, learn.
Next guy, or because I could go next or another question, sir. Which one?
Oh, okay. So you want to finish that one, okay?
Who will proceed? Because I could go question.
No, you proceed the chapter 3.
Okay. Ada kukula na do kukula question ya.
Coca-Cola.
Cô bé gọi là cô ấy hoa lệ cô là hoa
My
lý lâu bé bảo là nhiêu 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 lệ bị hoa
Yeah, we chala mi bia.
nhiêu lệ bé là ya bị cha bị họ
No? I will present the chapter 3, the topic of the marketing, analyzing the marketing environment. Question number 380. It is micro environments have 6 factors. As
cô
follows.
secretary share bị bảo
Second share with her.
nó nói với nhau
Second share, no? Oh, sorry, share. Hello?
Yes.
ya bị
Do you see?
Yep. Yeah.
Do you see about my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yeah, sir. I would like to about macro environments of chapter 3. Macro environment have basis factor. These are demographic, economic, natural, technology, political, and cultural. These factors affect to company to improve, to grow, to develop company strategy and company strategy and other relationship between partnerships and my customer. And then Fitbit advice on manufacture and or market. Market owners to present as follows. Fitbit device now is being as a smash and exactly mass data in feature box and then reduce time and distance more than other normatived. Fit parking more easy because of light and portable design, more effective to customer and social function. Safe security with high electronic technology. Long time we can compare with other design and function. Low cost and no need large area with fitness. Three factors and other. So for do Fitbit device by manufacturing as its progress and it can occupy on market fund. This book is a means small piece Fitbit device offers to customer and other functionally. Demographic environment offers on Fitbit device means I would like to highlight to human population which are size density, which have quantity of person, living, lifestyle, and then location topics, places where highlights to market area, and age and gender. Using age level male and female in markets, race, nature of persons who interest brand and market other occupations, so source infrastructure, image volume. There is a demographic environment first on Fitbit device. There is a Fitbit device function. And then economic and political environmental effect on Fitbit product. Influence and limit various organizations and individual society. Range of law and legislation, which is exactly data in short time. Then, no need mass structure. Able to force to computer with a small piece. Stand it highly think with update technology. Influence the market in short time. More faster purchasing than normal children. Dispatch persons and accurate activity with high-tech Fitbit device. And they are economic and political environmental affected to Fitbit products. And then this affected is a nature and culture environment. This effect on Fitbit product, Profit and expand the large market area. This idea me good taste is our nature to first to the customer and market and then grow a particular society line suspicion, preference and behavior as presents in diminished interaction. Market task must take care one appealing to periodism. Stand with high dignity. If it is not fair, it is time. This is dignity. This is very important environmental affair, which is a technology with affect 50 products. Useful for customer as dramatic force and magic. Interactive experience for customer. Output qualities. Buying good input this case, does me influences market with smash and portable products, which was obedient and basically macro environment factors. And this I would like to know what is more important, product profile and environmental efforts to expect and develop market function. Market function means party function and market. Please guys do me something. Okay.
Okay. So you you are saying, okay, you go ahead. Is that your last slide?
Okay. This is the last slide. Last slide.
Okay.
Mm.
Influence the market with smart and portable product, which was obedient and basically macro environment factors. What is more important, product profile and environmental effect to accept the developed market. See what it is. Now you are seeing product profile. All right. Now we will talk today. I think today is one of the chapter I'm talking product. And then you will know what kind of product profile to shoot this macro environment. Is it clear? Today we have a chapter on product, and I will talk about how product profile can shoot various environmental macro environment factor. Okay?
Okay.
Then we will come back here. All right, next. Now, where is your actual question? You did not write the question on, you have started your first slide with environmental criteria, but I did not see the question. What was the question actually?
About you, me.
Yes. Can you go to your first slide? I could not see the question.
First slide, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the question actually they have asked you? So the first slide, try to start with the question so that I can see that one. Okay, so rectify that one on the top of the first slide, write down the question and send it to Nandar, and she will upload in the system. Okay, all right, thank you. So next, please. Next, please.
Next slide.
Okay, no, next question.
Aku screen share ali saja. The next question, the person is absent. So
okay,
my question is the last one.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
But I prepared the just question and answer. I didn't prepare the slide, so I will show my one.
Okay.
Can you see the screen?
No.
Sorry, the answer is very long.
Okay, no problem.
That one is my question. What factor in the marketing environment not mentioned in this case could affect the feedback?
Show me.
Can see?
No.
Okay, I will share again.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah. What factors in the marketing not mentioned in the case could affect? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So after I read in this case study, I didn't see any mention for the natural environment. So I just answered the natural environment.
Okay. And how do you define natural environment? So you need to answer that.
Okay.
So what is that natural environment?
Normally, my understanding is natural environment is for the is especially the physical environment, the weather, disaster, something happened because of the weather happened. So this one is impact to the marketing, that environment. So that product I didn't see in the case study. I didn't see anything for the natural environment they didn't mention. That's why I choose that one. The rest of the environment they choose. Let's say, for example, in the macro environment, we have the demographic, economic. They already mentioned the technology. Definitely, this one is the technology product. So the political, also the legislation they mentioned in the case, the culture as well. So that's why I choose the natural environment. They didn't mention to affect
Okay.
this
Now,
feedback.
so what you have to do, you have
Yeah.
to define first natural environment, and
Okay.
then you have to mention why natural environment cannot affect Fitbit.
Yeah.
That's how you need to answer.
Yeah.
Why? So if you can update your assignment and send
Sure.
it to Nanda, then you can. So
Yep. Sure.
first you do the natural environment definition, and
Yep.
then you show why natural environment will not affect Fitbit business.
Yep. Sure.
And because it is not affecting, that's why the case study they did not mention.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. What is the next? Next case, right? Chapter 5.
Yeah. Chapter 5.
Chapter 5.
Okay. What is the chapter 5 questions?
The first question is discussed by me. The question is, can you see the screen share?
Yes, sure.
The chapter 5 first question is of the factors that influence consumer behavior, which category or categories, cultural, social, personal, or psychological, let's explain the existence of a blue triions and a pink triion and why.
Yes.
Introduction. Before talking about blue and pink, we need to talk about the chemist Cody blocks. Debbie
Mhm.
Starling, the founder of Cody Blocks, graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering. Throughout the course
Right.
of her studies, Starling noticed the lack of women in her engineering program. She set she set on a mission to inspire future generation of female engineers by disrupting the pink aisle in toy stores. Thinking out of box. In order to gain interest in and pursue a given field, a person must be exposed to the right inputs at an early age. It means in her consideration, she needs to try at an early age to perform her uh, woman's role in engineering field. This fact made Stalin became more and more familiar with the contents of the average toy aisles in store. Actually, toys for girls were in pink aisles dominated by dolls, stuffed animals, and princesses. For boys, blue aisles filled with action figures, toy weapons, and building block sets. This is normal thinking. And the next theme is STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Most experts agree that toys serve up to young girls too little to encourage interest in STEM subjects. This knowledge led Starling to develop a plan to create a different kind of toys for girls. She considered science, technology, engineering, and math-related toys for girls. Goldie Plus toys incorporate traditional gender stereotypes. Styling assets, our stories leverage girls' advanced verbal skills to help develop and build self-confidence. And Goldie Plus portfolio is not only growing in number of playsets, it's becoming more diverse, with 3 new characters who have dry body to create a team to which just about any girl can relate. So, among of the factors that influence consumer behavior, among categories cultural, social, personal, or psychological. In this case, is a cultural behavior.
Good. That's a good explanation. That psycho.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good explanation. Psychological, please check your spelling. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Next, please.
Yes. Fine. Oh, yeah, you know, Tom.
Hmm.
Fine. Oh. Okay, do you see my Bob one?
Not yet, not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
No, I don't see.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Okay, this is my Bob one. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No? Okay. Yes, I will present my PowerPoint. The chapter of the topic is consumer market inspire behavior. Question number 19. I would like to present first specific factor for blue and pink drawing access culture. Culture means which is many factor.
What is the question, Coco? What is the question? Question number. What is the question? Yeah, if you can, a question number, but must write the question so that you know.
Okay, please raise your.
Okay, that's okay. Tell me. You read out to us, then we can remember.
Yeah. Choose a specific factor, for example, culture, family, occupation, attitude. Thus, most accounts for the do and bid by either nominant. Explain the change faced by roadblocks in attempting to market rise the swings against the stream or push back against the force of the factor, which is
Okay. Okay.
okay, depend on patient. I will present these topics. Specific factor for blue and pink right I say have many factors, which is culture, family, occupation, and attitude. About attitude. Maintenance, I would like to present about culture, which is any factors. These tests interest and opposition of human should to social and develop human life and skills by observation of situation through gender, sex, age, location, lifestyle, business title, and other design, product, and market profile to future. And research fashion to manufacturer will habit and living. And then specific factor for family. Recognize buying guide teacher now talents to future appointment for this game. By knowing about try access stories more close and fit to future products through the combination of design, technique, and try story towards new market and new customer. For occupation, fat on specific factor. A current early age will right impose it good oppose all skillfully image and active address to customer behavior through Mrs. Rising progressive and feedback generation with worldwide popular organizations recommend him. Apply a non-female life then trying to replace social position. for women, and therefore attitude, which means knows women have good verbal skills to stereotype entertainment, and then penetrate with new design products to market and compete others who never knew this design. Enough technology with rich design that create as skilled tries understand nature of market with changes in time and extent to range. Challenges faced by including blocks in market try and depend on question. Do risk the first investment without certainty by choosing precision channel against the competitor with confident trying production and founder concept. One change gender based spot the sustainable debate, not to against the law, obey the culture and nature, and contact the legally partners. Reality, ideas, or adventures will performing stands able to be hacked by competitors. Depend on questions. I understand for this case study. That means found out amazing and magically twined with women activities like who were replaced to future by skillfully and talent. Uh, I would like to ask, I would like to know what is the excellencies of market activities and which factors that can be which factors that can be data expressed on global story. At my presentation here.
Okay, thank you. You see,
Okay.
what I would like you to handle the case studies, you stop the share screen.
Okay.
Okay. If you can prepare this way, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So what you need to say, you are talking about culture, for example. So define the culture here. Here, define, and then from the case,
Not the case. Yeah.
from the case, need to write how this thing is matching each other. Let me show you. So in other words, I want you to see how this definition is connected with this writing. Then it matches, then we will say you understand this. So right now, you are telling me culture and then you are giving me the write-up from the case, all of you. So I want you to write down whatever the terminology you are utilizing, you must define the terminology in one particular table. So this one will be your definition of terminology. This one will be a definition of terminology. Then this column you should show like from the case, how it looks like. All right. So then you are trying to link between this and between this. That will be a fantastic writing of case study. Clear now?
Yes.
Then you understand the situation. Match. between the definition and from the case what is happening. Now, then we shall be able to discuss thoroughly that how micro and macro environment and the consumer behavior is affecting. So your question was the consumer behavior. Can you show me that? That how consumer behavior and buyer markets are affected by the micro and macro environment. Can you show me your last question, Coco?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Your last slide.
Screen being shared. Like,
Oh, screen being shared.
Yeah, yeah.
Nó slide lại share đi bà hả?
Yeah. Yeah, please wait.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, this last slide. Okay.
No, I can't see that.
Yeah. Please.
No, I can't. Okay, now it's coming.
Okay. It's a Mecca after please.
So your question, you understand this case, that means founder create amazing and magically toy with women activities life. So what you need to give me the last slide, that you understand how consumer behaves. Based upon consumer behavior, the founder has created the product. That's what need to be emphasized.
Sure, yeah.
Because your topic is consumer behavior, and consumer behavior and product, how they are linked together, that need to be mentioned. What is the excellency of market activities and which factors that competitor accept on? So you are now competitive advanced strategy. Keep all these questions in your mind. As I go along, we will talk. All right? Okay. Any more questions there?
one more question.
I don't have anything.
Finish.
Finish it.
Okay. Chapter 6.
One question left in this chapter.
Okay. Can
Sorry,
I have that?
I left the last question. Yeah, I will share the screen.
People says left.
Okay. So can he go ahead? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I share the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So my question is, if Goldilocks' success as selling loss of its trial were that accomplish the missions of increasing the presence of females in the field of engineering? My answer is yes, the mission accomplished at selling loss of drive. Actually, her mission is inspire a future generation of female engineers by disrupting the big eagle in Tri-Stole. So Goldilocks has won in the industry award. So she also selling a lot of trial. Its trial have succeeded raising awareness about the lack of women in technical and scientific field, then as well as the issue associated with the traditional pin exile.
Okay.
That answer, yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's chapter 6 finished, right?
Yeah.
Chapter 5 finished. We have to go to chapter 6, right?
Chapter 6 is left.
Chapter 6. Okay.
In chapter 6, there are 6 questions and I take for the first two questions.
Okay.
The first question is compare and contrast the nature of the business market structure and demand relative to consumer market structure and demand for a specific PNG product. And the
So
second
business
question,
market and consumer market, right?
that market and consumer market, yeah. For second question, for the same product, discuss the difference in types of decisions and the decision process for business and consumer markets. Firstly, the introduction about the company, Procter and Gamble. Our P&G recognized building enduring relationships between consumers and its leading brands start with building relationships with its large retail clients. The company employs a massive sales force of more than 5,000 salespeople worldwide. But at P&G, it isn't just sales, it's customer business development, CBD. CBD, customer business development, is more than selling. It's P&G specific approach, which enables to grow their business by working as a strategic partner who sell their products to consumers, like business to business approach. Business market and consumer market. Most P&G customers are huge and complex business such as Walmart, Walgreens, or Dollar General, with thousands of stores and billions of dollars in revenues. Working with and selling to such customers can be a very complex undertaking, more than any single salesperson or regular sales teams. P&G depend on strategic partners as much as they depend on them, like win-win situation. And this is the process of CPD team. Each CPD team contains not only salespeople, but also a full complement of specialists in every aspect of selling P&G's consumer brands at the retail level. Teams vary in size depending on customer. For example, it takes a team of 350 P&G specialists to properly serve Walmart, its biggest customer of P&G, and P&G Dollar General team consists of 30 people, means 350 for Walmart and 30 people for Dollar General team. But every team includes a manager and several account executives supported by specialists in marketing strategy, product development, operations, information systems, logistics, finance, and human resource. And competitive advantage of P&G. P&G competitive edges, deep relationships with its business customers is a CPD structure, more multifunctional than similar team structure of other companies. This is the advantage by compare with their competitor companies. Building strategic partnerships create shopper value and satisfaction and drives profitable sales at the store level. And it makes Tide, Pampers, Gillette, or other P&G brands to move into store shelves and consumers' shopping carts. P&G reps and their teams often know more than the retail buyers they advise. P&G's retail partners often rely on CBD teams to help them manage not only the P&G brands, but also entire categories, including competing brands. And the next question is for the same product and difference in decision. Our P&G gives advice on the stocking and placement of competitor brands as well as its own. It seems like and wise, but actually it's like retail suicide. CBD team's primary goal is to help the customer win in each product category. The best solution for customer is more of the other guy's product. Creating the best situation for retailer pulls in more customer traffic, which in turn lead to increased sales for other P&G products in the same category. That's all my answers and presentation.
Wait there. I want to see the first slide. Huh?
Yeah.
Compare and contrast the nature of the business market structure and demand related to consumer market structure. So you have picked up the points, but the presentation need to be more very specific.
Yeah. My presentation seems like general explanation, but to be concluded, they ran with a consumer market structure. P&G runs with consumer market structure, find their CBD teams, and their competitor companies only emphasize to business market structure. That's the compare and contrast as I consider.
Okay, you stop the sharing screen. I will tell you now what is happening here. Your main thing is this: you need to read the question again and again. Your main is compare. Am I correct?
Yes.
And contrast.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
And then you have a business market structure and demand. And then you have a consumer market structure and demand. So what if I do, that means basically the question is saying that what are the differences between business market structure demand and consumer market structure demand? This is a very general question. Compare and contrast. This is what they're giving you instruction, right? But what you have to tell us that what are the differences between business market structure and demand and consumer market structure and demand. This is what the answer they are asking for. Let me tell you this. So you delete this. So business market structure, and demand. And then you have a consumer market structure and demand. Am I correct now?
Yeah.
And related to for a specific P&G product. So that is the question, how you answer. So you answer like this. All right. And then you see the differences. Then you mention the differences between this. Am I correct?
Yes.
So the question they're asking, what are the differences between this business market structure demand and consumer market structure demand? So this is the terminology. Now, what I want you to understand, the case study is just not simply a story. Case study is just not simply talking about a company, But case study is asking you to learn the terminology. Clear, my dear?
Yeah.
So what is happening that, look at that, your first question. I stopped sharing. Show me the first question. Now all of you must understand this. Compare and contrast. So comparison between business market structure and consumer market structure. Because your chapter 6 talking about various types of market structure. In other words, B2B, business to business. In other words, B2C, business to consumer. So whether you understand this terminology or not, that's what they're forcing. So what I would request all of you, when you read the cases, pick up the core concept of the case and go back to the chapter. What does it mean business market structure? What does it mean consumer market structure? And from there, that terminology, you try to understand how it is in Procter and Gamble case. Do you follow me, Dr. Sai?
Yes, I'm following.
So all of you understand that how you have to handle the case study questions?
Yep.
So in other words, what I am pushing you to understand, or pushing you to understand the concept of various marketing factors via the case study. And that is what I'm pushing for practical in nature to understand. Now, you stop this one. This is your chapter 6, right? Please, okay. Now, okay. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Oops, my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Can you see
we
my
can see.
screen now?
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, if you can see this, oops. Now, this is in your book, Define the Business Market. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yep, we can see that.
And explain how business market differs from consumer markets. This is your objective 1 of this chapter. Clear now? You understand now?
Yep.
Yeah.
And in your case study, they have asked you compare and contrast. Basically, in your case study question, and this is the answer they have given you here. Now, before that, you asked that major factors that influence business buyer behavior, right? You also put a question in your case study. The answer is here. So your case study has been designed in such a way that every chapter, it has a certain objectives, and you should try to understand the objectives. So next time when you handle case study and the question is there, try to find out what is the core concept, and then go inside the chapter. Where is that core concept? All right. Now, you see business to business digital social media marketing. Can you see that business buyer decision process? And these are the things I want you to understand very clearly. Market structure and demand, nature of the buying unit, and that's how you have to handle yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
Clear now. So when you handle case study, it's just not you are trying to put the story of the company, but you need to relate between the case study concept, define the concept, and connect the define the concept with your case. Then that is a practical learning. So my purpose of asking you to answer the case study question is to relate the core concept of theoretical understanding of marketing.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay? All right.
Yes, sir.
So now you understand. So rewrite the question and upload, send it to Nanda and she will upload in the system.
Yes, sir. I will do it.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Any question you have from here onwards?
No questions for this.
Okay, good. So are you happy this kind of pattern of teaching?
Yes, we like.
You like it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this way is a multiple interaction. Okay. So today is a very, very important topic. Chapter 7, I love it. And that's where you need to understand this. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'll be talking now the chapter 7. Chapter 7 is customer-driven marketing strategy, creating value for target customer. Remember in Facebook, I was talking to you targeting. Do you remember or not?
Yes, remember that.
So that's where the target I'm talking about today. Now look at this. First example, AirAsia developed a competitive advantage by...
Sir, share the screen.
Oh, is it? Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, now.
So, chapter 7, customer-driven marketing strategy. That means your marketing strategy is suiting for the customer, and that is nothing but target. And this is very, very important. Now, in your previous case study, how the toys were targeted only the girls, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the
Yes.
girl become target, not boys. And what kind of girl? You have seen that STEM, and that's what it is. Okay?
Yeah.
So AirAsia has developed a competitive advantage by targeting price conscious, short-haul travelers who don't mind a no frills. No frills meaning they don't care you have a food, water or not. They don't care which seat, as long as can travel. So target here, the customer driven customer who don't care, do not want to buy drink, who don't care, do not want to, nothing, just traveling from Yangon to Bangkok. That's the targeting. And price conscious. So let's look at this. So there are mostly 4 objectives, and I will show you these are the 4 objectives of this chapter. Segmentation, targeting, differentiation, and positioning. divide the total market into smaller segments. Now, Myanmar is an entire country. Now, the entire country, you want to segment into smaller markets. So what you say? Yangon, Mandalay. So you don't want to market your product the entire Myanmar. You want to segment it, Yangon and Mandalay. That's all. Segmentation. Now, targeting. So you understand the segment. Now I'm going to tell you the differences between segmenting and targeting. So Myanmar is a big country, but your product, you said, no, I want to sell only in Yangon and Mandalay. So you have done the segmentation. Now then again, within Yangon, you are targeting. Now, if I take the toy as your product, now what you do, your target will be, you want to go wherever the schools are there. Am I correct? That become targeting. You are not going entire Yangon. You are targeting the girls. So segmenting, targeting. Then differentiation. Differentiate the market offering to create superior customer value. Now, from Yangon to Bangkok, you have AirAsia, you have Bangkok Airways, you have Thai Airlines. Am I correct? Now, Thai Airways, the flights are the same. Airlines, they are flying from Yangon to Bangkok. Bangkok Airways also flying from Yangon to Bangkok. AirAsia is also flying from Yangon to Bangkok. Now, what are the differentiation between these three products? See the differentiation: business market, consumer market. AirAsia and Bangkok Airways more into consumer market. Thai Airways more into business traveler, isn't it? Am I correct?
Yes.
And this is called differentiation. Now, differentiate the market offering to create superior customer value. Those who have money, they will buy by business class, right? But some people want to have food, relax, Thai Airways, prestige. So traveling by Thai Airways and traveling by AirAsia, so you are differentiating your product, that my product is a high class prestige or lower class prestige. Positioning. Position the market offering in the minds of target customer. Now, how do you position? Your Thai Airways, they are giving the indication to the people that I am a higher prestige oriented. AirAsia, they are positioning, they are low cost. Please remember this terminology. AirAsia has developed a competitive advantage by targeting price conscious short haul travelers. Short haul travelers meaning short distance. That's the positioning. But Thai Airways, if you look at their advertisement, they are saying Thai as a smooth silk. Am I correct, the slogan?
Yes.
But AirAsia, they are saying slogan, now everyone can fly. see the difference of terminology between Thai Airways and AirAsia. Smooth silk. What does it mean, smooth silk? So when you travel, you don't have any worry, you don't have problem. But AirAsia is telling everyone can fly. So that's the positioning they are doing it. So this is what you need to understand this. Now, market segmentation. This is what in your case study, you will have an assignment. The segmenting consumer markets, segmenting business market, segmenting international markets. AirAsia, consumer markets, Thai Airways, business markets. And then international markets, everybody, but within the international markets, how consumer markets work. Market segmentation. Geographic, demographic, psychographic, behavioral segment. What is geographic? Geography in terms of nation. Now, how Lincoln is marketing. Give you an example. Market segmentation. The Yangon MBA and Mandel MBA is little higher. But when our Lincoln MBA goes into another city, a little cheaper. But our Lincoln, when same MBA, we are offering in Dubai, we are charging high. The segmentation. When we are offering in China, we are charging high. That's how it works. Regions, states, countries, so these are geographic. Demography, life cycle, stage, gender, income. Now, segmenting consumer markets. I want you to understand this. Market segments, I'm talking about consumer markets. In consumer markets, what are the characteristics? So consumer market, you have a 4 particular: geography, demography, psychography, and behavioral. And what are the geography? The characteristics. Demography, this. Consumer markets, age, life cycle, gender segmentation, and income segmentation. So psychographic, psycho meaning thinking process. I am taking Dunkin' Donuts. Behavioral segmentation divides a market into segments based on consumer knowledge, attitudes, use of a product, or responses to a product. So behavioral segments, occasions, benefits, user status, usage rate, loyalty status. Now, using multiple segmentation, and that's what the Facebook does. Multiple segments identify smaller, better defined target groups. Now, segmenting business markets. Consumer and business markets use many of the same variables to segment their markets. Additional variables include customer operating characteristics, purchasing approaches, situational factors, personal characters. So now I want you to understand this. In the segmenting consumer markets, you have a geography, demography, psychography, behavioral. So, and business markets, the same characteristic, but different. International characteristics, what is happening here? Geography, location, economic factor, political, cultural factors. Did you read this anywhere, any chapter? Political, economical, cultural factors? Hello, my friends, I want some answers.
In the micro environment.
Excellent. Very good. So now you understand that market segmentation of international markets nothing but linked with macro environment. And your consumer market segmentation and business market segmentation are working on micro environment. Now you understand how it works.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay? Good. I'm glad that you understand how each chapter is linked. Now, how do you do the effective segmentation? Measurable, accessible, substantial, and this is where your marketing research need to be done. So international intermarket segmentation involves forming segmentation of consumers who have similar needs and buying behaviors, even though they are located in different countries. So what is happening? This is where I would like to share with a famous anthropologist, British born E.B. Tyler. He said, psychic unity of mankind. What does it mean, psychic unity of mankind? Meaning, thinking process. In other words, let me share with another one. Okay. What does it mean, psychic unity of mankind? Suppose hungry. Hungry is a problem. Clear? I'm sure you are hungry. You are hungry in Myanmar, and I am hungry in Malaysia. Right? So we are different locality. Forming segments of consumers who have similar needs and who have buying same behavior, even though they are located in different countries. So similar needs. So you are in Yangon and I am in Malaysia. My need is to have food. Am I correct?
Yes.
Now, see, so now what is happening here? Similar needs. You are in Yangon, your need and my need is same. Buying behaviors. Now, buying behavior in a sense, and that's where come to McDonald's, KFC.
Yeah.
So McDonald's, KFC, they don't open everywhere. They are opening, you see in Yangon, McDonald's, KFC, mostly little bit of rich class people. That area you will find McDonald's.
Yeah.
So that's exactly called segmentation, intermarket segmentation. So McDonald's, KFC, all over the world, so they will set up their stall, only little bit of rich people are there. Because why? They have the similar needs, they have the same buying behaviors. So when you answer case study, you must understand this terminology very well. Okay?
Yeah.
So now evaluating market segments, segment size and growth, segment structural attractiveness, company objectives. Now, target market, remember, when you increase the target, you may have seen in Facebook, they say this many people you can attract. So a target market is a set of buyers who share common needs and characteristics. Please remember this, common needs. And in my last slides, I talk about similar needs.
Similar needs.
And same characteristics. And these are the things you must relate with your case study. So selecting target markets, undifferentiated mass marketing, targeting broadly, targeting narrowly. And this is a very, very important thing. You need to understand this, my friend. So what is targeting? Targeting basically targeting narrowly. And this one is targeting broadly. So if you do not differentiate market, then target everyone. So that is not a good marketing strategy. So you need to differentiate it segment, concentrated. Can you see the niche? Niche market. Often we say niche market and micro marketing. Then becomes your targeting narrowly. So if you target narrowly, if your marketing strategy is narrow targeting, you are successful. And that's what you have learned called direct marketing. Have you heard this kind of terminology?
Yes.
And direct marketing is nothing but targeting narrowly. Nothing but targeting narrowly. Clear now?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Okay, let's go into this. So undifferentiated market, whole market, mass marketing. Like differentiated market targets several different markets. Concentrated marketing, selecting targeted marketing, selling like bra, women dress, or swimming clothes, large of a smaller market, limited company. Micropatterning is the practice of tailoring products, very specific, local marketing, and choosing a targeting strategy depends upon company resources, product variability, product life cycle, market variability. So please remember, a successful marketeer, how well they can target. If your target is wrong, you are not a correct marketeer. Need to emphasize that one. So if you want to be a marketeer, and that's why in the Facebook, I did say the target. So target need to be done. All right. Now, learning objectives 4, product positioning is the way the product is defined by the consumers, IKEA. Positioning maps, consumer perceptions, choosing a differentiation and positioning strategy. Identify set of possible competitive advantage to build a position. That means how your product is good. And then you need to communicate and deliver, selecting an overall positioning strategy. And this one, competitive advantage, you will have a case study. You need to do this. Now, when you choose a differentiation and positioning strategy, you need to understand these 5: product, services, channels, people, and image. Choosing the right competitive, these 7 characteristics you must know about your product. Selecting an overall positioning strategy, you need to do this. Positioning statement summarizes company or brand positioning using this one. 2, target segment and need. Our is a brand, each concept,
Sir,
and that.
are not different.
So what you need to do, these 4 questions, you need to do that. All right. So positioning maps discuss how companies differentiate and positioning their products for maximum competitive advantage. Need to look at these three. So again, there will be a case study in this chapter, and I want you to, I want you to look at that chapter, okay? Let's give us a 5 minutes break, and 5 minutes. We'll be back in 5 minutes time.
Yep, sure.
Thank you. We'll be talking about the product, services, and brands. And these products, services, what is the product? All right. And products, we have two types of products. Product can be tangible product, and product can be intangible product. Then intangible product comes under services or experiences. Level of product. Then objective 2 will be in chapter 8, that how companies are making decision about their individual products, that is service, product lines, and product mixes. So that is how product and service decisions are making. Product attributes, in a sense, the characteristics. Suppose, for example, this is a bottle, water bottle, and how this product will be characteristics. Not like, and this is the differentiation. See, if you look at this bottle is a different than any other bottle. So that's the difference. So product attributes, how they do branding. Now, if we look at this water bottle, the branding is that it is different from other plastic bottles. And that is the branding this bottle company is giving. Normally plastic bottles you throw. This one you don't throw. Why? This is a different kind of concept. And I will be talking branding and packaging, how it looks like, labeling, product support services. So suppose everybody like to buy Toyota, Japanese company car. So that's these 5, the characteristics you must clearly mention in your marketing strategy. These 5, they're very important. So whenever you do the product, if you go into any supermarket, if you want to buy anything, first of all, supermarket, you look at the branding. You look at the branding, what kind of supermarket you want to go. All right. You look at the branding, what kind of supermarket do you want to go to, expensive or lower? That's the branding. And then you look at, so what is happening based upon what kind of supermarket you go. If you go to expensive supermarket, you know this particular supermarket, their product is what kind of quality. Now in Malaysia, we have Giant supermarket, we have Tesco supermarket, and we have Village Grocer supermarket. Now, Giant and Tesco supermarket, their product attributes is little lower prices. But when you go to Village Grocer, same supermarket, but their branding concept is higher prices. Why higher prices? Because the product they keep this Village Grocer, high standard quality. And so this is what the product all about. I'm sure Yangon, you have that same kind of thing. Again, the branding, Air Asia branding and Thai Airways branding. So this is what need to understand very clearly in your product strategy. Okay. Packaging and labeling. How do you package? If you go to McDonald's, when you ask that you want to carry the food, they give you nice envelope, a nice packet. They don't give you just simply plastic packet. So that's the packaging and labels you need to do very clearly. This most easy chapter, I'm not going to do too much of reading here, but when you go into the case study, you will be able to understand this. So product, services and brands. Now, what I want you to understand this part, the services marketing. There are product can be tangible product or intangible product. Intangible product normally services which you cannot see, like bank. Bank is like intangible. But if you go to supermarket, whatever the vegetables, those are tangible product. So they are saying intangibility, inseparability. Services cannot be separated from their providers. So bank, in Yangon, you have a Citibank, you have Maybank. So whatever they are giving, it is linked with the owner. Perishability, services cannot be stored for a later sale or use. So these four characters are very important in your services marketing. Now, marketing strategies for services firms creates a competitive advantage, offer, delivery, image. IKEA said, okay, I will send the product to your house. So these are marketing strategies for service marketing, need to be very, very carefully designed. Managing service productivity refers to the cost side of marketing, employee hiring and training, service quantity and quality. So now, how do you brand equity? This is a very, very important. I want you to understand this. Brand strong brands, building strong brands, attribute benefits, selection protection, manufacturer's brand, private brand, licensing, co-branding, line extension. Now, for example, now, if you go and buy some wristwatch, you have a Swiss brand, Swiss manufactured wristwatch, you have China made wristwatch. People love to go to Swiss brand, and that's the brand positioning. You need to know that. Okay. Brand sponsorships. Now, building strong brands, brand name and product strategy. So product strategy, if you have an existing product strategy, the brand name you can say Toyota. Toyota is a company, it has a brand, but it has a Toyota, hybrid Toyota, very different kinds of name. So that comes into building strong brands. Okay, so that's in your chapter 8. Now, we go to chapter 9. Chapter 9 is more onto how do you develop new product. Chapter 8, product services, how do you product life cycle strategies, basically product life cycle strategy. Explain how companies find and develop new product ideas, list and define the steps in the new product. Now, how to develop the product, major strategies in new product development. First, you need to have an idea generation. Then you need to have an idea screening. You need to have a concept development and testing. You need to have marketing strategy. So Business analysis, product development, test marketing, commercialization. These 8 steps you need to keep on thinking. Now, various companies, employers, they said if anybody generate the new ideas, they will be able to get some kind of incentives, idea generation. So various companies, they try to generate idea in a different ways. Idea generation, internal sources, external sources. Internal sources within company, external sources outside of the company. Crowdsourcing, crowdfunding involves inviting broad communities of people. Many people can be involved. Idea screening, this is a very important. RWW, is it real? Can you win? Is it worth doing? This is what need to screen. Now, concept develop, how do you do that? Testing new product concepts with groups of target consumers. Product development is developing the product concept into a physical product to ensure that product idea can be turned into a workable market offering. Test market, testing need to be done. Test market, when is test market likely? When test market unlikely. New product with large investment, uncertainty. Simple line extension, copy of competitor product, low cost, management confidence. So when you do the test marketing, they have given the 2 strong points. Commercialization, when to launch, where to launch, planned market rollout. So look at this, customer-centered new product development, delight. So you need to understand what customer need. Based upon that, you create the product. Managing new product, systematic new product development in turbulent times. Now, objective 3, product lifecycle strategy. Now, this is a very important graph, must understand this. What is happening? Product development, can you see that pink color? Product development, introduction, then after introduction, growth, clear? And so first, loss. When you are in now, this is an interesting diagram all of you should know. Now you see the moment this particular line is going below this, that means this is a loss. So anything is happening here, anything is happening below this line, loss. This is a loss. But here it is no longer loss, it is happening profit. So this point is called break-even. Remember this. When you go into economics, they will be talking about break-even. So this is the point, is break-even. Then the company here making profit. So this is product life cycle. Here it is profit. And then at certain stage, this line is the highest, this line is decreasing, and this line product is highest profit. So what is happening? The product life cycle is when, see the losses and investment. So this part, when you are developing the product, this is your loss. So this is your loss. Up to this point is loss. But anything from here, So what is happening that here you are already looking into profit. Now, this part actually you have started to making a profit. And profit. So profit, what is happening now? This one is basically increasing your profit. So here is the peak of the profit. Peak of the profit. Now, the moment profits start to drop, you got to be very careful. The moment profit is starting to drop, and that's where called declining. The product life cycle declining, and when you are peak of your profit, and that's why your product is mature. So these are very important terminology. I want you to understand this because your case study is related with this. So what is happening here? This one called introduction of the product, and this page is the growth. This place is the growth. Why it is growth? Now you see, look at this, how from this particular place, it is growth, and it is making profit. All this making profit. So what I want you to understand this very clearly when you answer the case study, and you need to draw this kind of diagram, product life cycle. There's 5 stages: product development, introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. So I want you to, another thing, when you answer the case study, please try to draw some diagrams. Then your case study is very good. Okay?
Yep.
So, all right. So product life cycle, and you see they have given time zone, product life cycle strategies, style, sales. Here it is given some kind of strategy, which you will be able to know this. Now, product decision and social responsibility, international product and service marketing, public policy and regulations regarding developing and dropping products, patents, quality, and etc. So product decisions, you need to have this. International product standardization, packaging. Discuss 2 additional product issues: socially responsible product decisions and international product. So that's what it's all about, product. So today, basically, I have covered 3 important topics. One is segmentation, targeting, and another one is product and product development. So with this, again, you have 3 important case studies there. And 3 important case study, which I have already sent to Nandar, and Nandar will give you the case study here again. You will see at the end of the what do you call book, the case study 7, 8, 9, and I have put it into the assignment, and I have sent to Nandar. Nandar can give you. Only I want you to address basically the case studies. That's all, and come up with the answer. And every case study, you got to find out the core concept, define the concept, and how you can link with the case study. So I have covered 3 chapters, and 3 chapters had got 3 case studies, and 4 of you need to share 3 status questions and present next class. And I want you to prepare a little bit of PowerPoint on the terminology. If you say product life cycle, I want you to show me the product life cycle as well. When if you find in your case study, if you have product life cycle terminology, so I want you to explain this product life cycle diagram. Is it clear, my friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So whenever in your case study you see any terminology, try to pick up from the chapter this kind of diagram, visual. And if you are talking about brand, idea generation, test marketing, I want you to give me this kind of what do you call diagram, like how the new product development. So if that terminology comes in, I want you to draw this new product development diagram. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Clear? So any question? Otherwise, you will stop here. So basically what we have talked about, so 3 chapters, there are 3 case studies, and each case study 3 to 4 questions, divide amongst yourself and present. Excuse me. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Any question?
Please share me this PowerPoint to access.
Already I have sent to Nandar, and Nandar will forward to you.
Yeah.
Nandar,
I will forward to you all. Yes.
including assignments.
Yeah.
Assignment only you will handle the case study. And Nandar, please upload in the system so that students can download directly from their LLS. You don't have to send by email, so that they can download from that LLS.
Yes, sir. I will
Okay,
upload in
good.
the system. Yeah.
Good. All right. If there is no more question, I'll see you next week, Sunday. Next week, Sunday, we have very important topics.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
So are you happy with this kind of technique of teaching?
Yes, we are happy. Yes.
Happy? Good.
Yeah,
I
one
want you to...
question.
Sure.
Discussion is like the last week for chapter 7. We have 4 questions, and now we have only 3. I mean, we don't need to consider the absent student.
No, you give him. Give him. You tell
Also,
him this is... Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Tell him that what I have covered and this has happened. This is the PowerPoint. You see, my purpose of sharing questions is basically creating a group.
Yes, sir.
So if he could not come, so help him.
And every class is important.
Yes. So, all right.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
will as message I